More Europeans die every year from heat-related illness than Americans do from gun violence.
The AC in Europe? Bro.
Every AC is out of stock in the UK.
Hey, I just checked into room 203 and it's really warm, but I can't find the AC anywhere.
Americans, I'm not being silly, yeah? But just take a look at me right now.
It's 1:24 in the morning. I have a fan blowing hot air at my face. Look at the amount of oil, grease and sweat that's dripping off me.
They have the craziest thing here in America.
How come you guys do not have air conditioning everywhere?
Because we can just open the windows.
It's starting to scare me. Can I be honest?
I didn't know they don't have air conditioning over it.
Sadiq Khan, what temperature is your office? My office is 35 degrees.
Have you ever walked into a building and suddenly felt like you had stepped into winter? For some British tourists visiting America, that's exactly what happens. America's love for air conditioning can be surprising. From shopping malls and restaurants to hotels, stores, offices, and even cars, AC seems to be everywhere. Outside, it could be blazing hot, but the moment you walk inside, the temperature can completely change. For Americans, this is completely normal, but for some British visitors, it can leave them wondering, why is it so cold in here? And what's even more surprising is just how common and powerful air conditioning has become across America. So why does America use AC so much, and why does it feel so different to visitors from Britain? Let's find out. And if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers, and your support would mean a lot. Let's get started.
How come you guys do not have air conditioning everywhere?
Because we can just open the windows. And also comfort is over-comforted. America is obsessed with comfort. Everything has to be comfortable. No, life is hard and sometimes you need to suffer. We just open our windows. It's called Stoßlüften, where you open all windows at the same time, even when it's cold, when it's like negative 15 degrees, and you still open the windows and then the cold air can just come in and penetrate the room, and then it eradicates all the stale air. It leaves nothing but pure! Yeah, Americans are bad at handling comfort.
That's why we have so many pillows. In
And
Germany,
pills.
Pills and pillows.
Pills. Oh, I have a little oopsie whoopsie. I have a ouchie fouchie. Take Tylenol, take this. In Germany, we take a walk. We just march it off.
When the fuck is the UK going to catch on to the idea of aircon? It's 1:24 in the morning. I have a fan blowing hot air at my face. Look at the amount of oil, grease and sweat that's dripping off me. They say, our houses are built to trap in the heat so we're not cold during the winter, and we only get 2 weeks of sun a year, so we don't need aircon. I don't give a fuck if my aircon unit's only going to be used for 2 weeks a year. We know this is going to happen. The tubes. The tube's disgusting. The amount of workplaces with no aircon, they expect you to work all day on your feet, wearing all black or wearing a suit or whatever the fuck in 30-degree heat. Why are we living in 1881? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why do we just choose to suffer? It actually makes no sense. The government have enough money. Can we get some fucking aircon? For the love of Christ. I actually can't sleep. I feel like a big sweaty beast. Am I a mug or something? This is disgusting.
More Europeans die from heat stroke than Americans do from guns. But there is a reason behind it, and it's America's fault. You see, in third world countries, there's a phenomenon known as brain drain. Basically, if your country sucks, all the smart people leave, and they usually go to America. However, Europe actually faces a different but similar problem. You see, for the last several hundred years, if you had a problem in Europe, you could solve all of your problems by buying a boat ticket to America. So basically, anybody who was bold, adventurous, innovators, they all left Europe and went to the American continent. And this leaves behind the culture of all the people who would rather just deal with their problems than solve them. It is a cultural standard to complain and endure, not solved. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a different type of culture to Americans, which is why we get so confused as to why you refuse to put AC in your house. There's many different types of AC for any type of house that exists on the planet.
Hey, I just checked into room 203 and it's really warm, but I can't find the AC anywhere.
What do you mean by AC, mate?
Yeah, the air conditioner.
Tell me, are you seeing a window in your room?
Yeah?
Well, fucking open it then, you twat. And jump out while you're at it, yeah?
Hello? Jeez, that was mean. Maybe they have an ice machine.
Hello, Europe. I'm a poor white trash American. Check this shit out. 60 degree. Ooh, big flex. That shit costed 120 bucks. Whoa. Check this shit out. 50-cent ice tray. I know y'all don't use ice in your water. Drink ice water. We're drinking ice water. Y'all, it is 82 degrees Fahrenheit in the UK and they're dying. In France, they're dying. They would rather die. Ice cube. Ooh. 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 Put that in your water. Check out this old hunk of junk. This is a 90s air conditioner I bought at a garage sale for $10 6 years ago. And it's running. And it's very loud. But it works. And it cools my bedroom. That's over here. In my bedroom, guess what? I have a box fan. Ooh, box fan. Wow, that's controversial. Controversial. And guess what? If my boyfriend too hot, he have his own fan. Own fan. And guess what over here? We have a shower with cold water. There's cold water that comes out of the shower. So yeah, why are you dying? Why would you want to die? Why are you choosing to die? You're choosing to die. Why did we want to die? And on the other side of my single wide, I have this set up. This air conditioner that stands, and it uses a smaller part of the window to open. So there's so many ways to rig an air conditioner in a house. What's your excuse? Why do you want to die? They want to die. They want to die. They're like lemmings jumping off a cliff together.
It's starting to scare me. Can I be honest?
Yeah, I didn't know they don't have air conditioning in other places.
In England too. Like Brits are talking about air conditioning. And I'm like,
yes, bro. I
thought y'all were like the 1.0 of us.
Dude,
and we just evolved.
I thought it was just us, but great.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought y'all had no seasonings. You've never seen Lowry's. If Slap Your Mama would cause cancer in England, Slap Your Mama would absolutely get rid of a third of the English people. They have never ever experienced seasoning like that.
If you put gumbo in England right now, there would be like polio. It would be like
100%.
It would take over.
God, the bubonic plague. It'd be insane. But it's kind of scaring me because I'm like, you said it perfect. The littlest of things. They think Walmart is the Taj Mahal.
Yes.
I watched the video. He said, "This is unbelievable." He's like, "I can get milk, bread, and a rifle all in one store." He goes, "Now I understand America."
Yeah.
And it's just like, and Walmart is something we're just like, I guess let's go to Walmart.
Dude, a lot of people don't want to go into Walmart.
Yeah.
Like we do not want to go in there.
We don't want to go. It's like, it's a hassle. And they're like, this is stupid. They're pissing down. Oh my bollocks.
Yeah, dude, they were like, so they were so enamored by air conditioning. This guy was like, I don't know if you know this, but right now it's pissing hot outside. I mean, I'm sweating. My nuts are just stuck to my leg. But I walk inside this building, chilly, hot. And he was walking in and out of the building. He goes, hot, chilly, hot, chilly.
Because you sit inside Winter Wonderland.
Do you know what this is right behind me? This is called the AC. It stands for air conditioner. I've been seeing so many Europeans. They've been suffering so much about the heat wave. Just buy yourself an AC unit. It's really nice and simple. It's really nice. It even comes with a controller. You can change the temperature up and down so you stay cooler or hotter. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Just get the AC unit and you'll be relaxing in the summer. Get it now.
The AC in Europe? Bro. I'm American and moved to Berlin. And the AC? I don't know where the AC is at. Where's the AC? You gotta open the window? I mean, but the air is hot. Guess I gotta open the window and just rely on nature to cool me down. Hope it's not too sunny. Better be no bees around here.
What the UK are doing right now is absolutely insane. I didn't think it was real, but I've looked it up. This is real. Drivers trying to stay cool during the heat wave are being warned they could face £110 fines for running their air conditioning in their vehicles while stationary, which apparently violates pollution laws. Let me just read you some of this report. Motorists attempting to cool down during the heat wave in stationary vehicles with the air conditioning running face fines under emission laws, with the RAC, which is kind of like AAA, like breakdown service, warning that engine idling causes pollution. Standard penalties for this are £40 if issued by a police officer, or £80 from a civil enforcement officer. Both halved, luckily it's halved, if you pay for it early. Some authorities, especially around London area, are actually fining up to £110. This generally sounds like some kind of sick joke. It's actually pretty hot in the UK right now, but this is absolutely ridiculous. The thing is, the Brits have paid for their vehicles. They're paying road tax on their vehicles. They can do what they want with their vehicles, whether the wheels are rolling or not. If you want to use your air conditioning inside your car, use it. And I know I'm going to get people in the comments saying, but they're not enforcing that. The fact is that they probably are. If it's in the law and it's made headline newspapers, I'm going to overlay on this clip. It's the fact that the UK have actually made laws for this. Right. What's your thoughts on this? Would you accept being told you cannot run air conditioning in your own car if your wheels aren't rolling, just sat there stationary? Let me know what you think.
I honestly don't think that most Europeans actually know what AC is, air conditioning. Now, I'm not calling you stupid, I'm saying that you've been lied to by generations before you and by your government for a very long time, so let's break it down. First off, there's a bunch of different types of AC units. There's ones that go on the ground outside, there's ones that go on the wall outside, there's ones that sit in the windowsill, there's ones that sit on the floor inside and like connect to outside spaces. Everybody says, oh, well, we can't do it because our buildings are brick. Okay, we have brick buildings in the US and they still have AC. All you need is a masonry saw and some tubing. They say, well, our infrastructure just won't handle the water and electricity usage. First off, most AC units don't have water usage, okay? They deal with a refrigerant, just like a refrigerator. And for electricity, like I said in a previous video, AC was invented in 1902. That means your government has had almost 125 years to start building up infrastructure in order to get the amount of power needed for stuff like AC. And obviously, you know, 100 years ago, they might not have needed it, but you can't tell me in the last 25 years that they couldn't have been making advancements towards it. They just haven't. For the portable ones, everybody's like, oh, well, we can't have window ones because our windows are slanted, either out or sideways. They make adjustment kits like this, where you just put it in that slanted spot and connect it to a floor unit, and you can still get AC. So no, I'm not blaming the normal everyday people over in Europe. I'm blaming the people before you and the people above you that are telling you that it's not an option, because it very much is.
Just a reminder, more Europeans die every year from heat-related illness than Americans do from gun violence. That's a real fact. You can look it up. So don't let any of these Europeans tell you that they can't install AC in their buildings, right? They've installed plumbing before. They've installed electricity. They can install air conditioning, but their ignorance doesn't let them. And so they have more people that die from heat than gun violence. Make it make sense.
People are now going to Tesco literally just because of the aircon, because of how hot it is in the UK right now. Honestly, this guy is actually a genius for this. Right now, as I'm sure we all know, in the UK, it's pretty warm. It's pretty warm to say the least. Right now, where I am, it's 30 degrees, and honestly, last night I could not sleep whatsoever. Even just being in my room while I'm recording this video, like, I am absolutely dying. Like, it is not fun. But basically, I've just seen this video from Abs3217, because he posted this video saying POV Tesco air conditioning is unbeatable, and he's literally just gone to Tesco just for the aircon. And honestly, this is the smartest thing I've ever seen. This guy has used 100% of his brain to come up with this idea. Because I am not being funny, right? If you've been to Tesco, the aircon is genuinely unbelievable. Like, the best aircon I think I've ever experienced. Go to the chilled section, or even the freezer section. The freezer section, dare I say, is the best part. No matter how hot it is outside, if you go down one of these aisles, you're fine. You're literally just sorted. I might have to nip to Tesco, not to buy anything, just literally just to cool down. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments.
You guys, I'm this close to booking a hotel for the next 2-3 days because there's no way I'm staying in this flipping house when it's 38, 39 degrees and it's burning me and my body's combusting and I don't have AC. I can't stay here. Why am I getting told it's a yellow warning, it's an orange warning, it's a red warning? My brother, this is hell. This is a warning from hell. What do you mean Tuesday 36, Wednesday's 40? Oh my life, I want to fly to Iceland. All I do is come on this internet and complain about the weather, but this global warming here, I can't have it. I can't have it. I've tried all the hacks, I promise you. I've tried tinfoil on the window. I've tried closing the windows. I've tried closing my curtains. I've tried leaving the window open slightly. I've had enough. Don't get it twisted. I'm not a fan of winter. And yes, I complain in the summer, but please, use your brain cells here. Bring me blue skies and sun and warmth where I could tan a little bit, but I'm not sweating just sitting in my house. Why am I sleeping naked and I want to rip my skin apart? Why am I already sleeping naked, the fan is on me, and I want to take my skin off? I feel like there's an extra layer of heat, and that's my skin. I can't sleep properly. I'm having 4 showers a day. My water bill's through the roof. This summer, fans and ice lollies are my best friend. Are my best friend. People are inviting me out. Don't invite me nowhere. Where am I going? Are you crazy or what? You think I'm gonna touch TFL in this heat? The central line. I haven't worn boxers for days. Everything's getting aired out. I've spent summer in New York, LA, Croatia. I've gone to Thailand, Barbados. I've gone to so many countries around the world where it's hot. I've never felt heat this bad in my life. And now I've got to wait for 40 degrees. Oh, yeah. I think I'm booking a hotel now.
Americans, I'm not being silly, yeah? But just take a look at me right now. Do you know what I'm doing? I'm sat in my kitchen trying to cook dinner. No, I haven't been for a run. No, I haven't been lifting weights. I've just been sitting here and stirring the pot every now and again. This is what happens when the UK has a heat wave. You are just in a puddle all day long. And you know why that is? It's because we don't have any air conditioning. No houses have aircon. In America, okay, it might be hot, humid in the day, but at least in the evening, when you go back to your home, you can click that button, put the AC on, and be nice and chilled. Get some goose pimples because you're a little bit cold. In the UK, when we have hot weather, it is barbaric. There is no way to get away from the heat. Ain't nobody got a swimming pool, maybe a paddling pool, but nothing like that. Nothing like they have in the US, man. No ice dispensaries, no aircon. This is gonna be me all night now. Like, how am I gonna go to bed? I'm gonna go to bed in a puddle of my own sweat. Take me back to America.
Every AC is out of stock in the UK. Yesterday I was told that Lidl has really good ACs coming out for £149. We woke up at 6 in the morning and we're going to Lidl right now to see if we can get one. Because the heat in the UK right now is absolutely horrible. As I was crossing the threshold, I see the last person grabbing the last 3 units. I wanted to cry. I went to the lady, I'm like, are you getting 3? She's like, yeah. Everybody decided to get 2 and 3 air conditioning units. How doesn't Lidl put a cap on promo items? So anyway, my friend was there because he was the one that told me about it. And he's like, there's another Lidl that opens at 8 a.m. about 15 minutes away. Fuck it, let's go. Get there, completely empty. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get it. This is it. An associate comes out. Oh, can I help you? We open at 8. And I said, yeah, I'm trying to get that aircon unit. Oh no, we've been selling them for 2 weeks. They're all out of stock. Then he says, but there's another one that it's about 20 minutes away that opens at 8. They will have it. Perfect. We were almost by the coast of England. Like at this point, I could have just gotten a boat, go to France, get one and come back. We get there. There's only one couple waiting. About 10 minutes before they open, people start coming in and they start getting around the entrance. I'm thinking to myself, do they know that we're on a queue? All of these people can't go in at the same time. I knew that they were getting the aircon because people were talking between them. Am I about to have a redneck Walmart type of fight here in the UK and tell everybody that we are on a queue? Well, that's exactly what happened, bitch. As soon as the doors opened, the multitude of people started trying to go into the store and I'm like, no. There is a queue here. We've been waiting since 7:30 in the morning and everybody's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yep. We go in. It was like the apocalypse. Everybody sticky, sweaty, probably haven't even showered. Everybody's just like walking like that, looking for the ACs. They were sold out. They didn't even have a stock. When I tell you, it was so disappointing. But at least I found a beautiful new town really close to the coast where I want to go back and see. I'm gonna have to suck it up, and it's gonna be another day of extreme heat in the UK.
Air conditioning is the most important invention of the 20th century. Which raises a question, why the fuck don't the Europeans just use it?
Right. What did he say? He said, "How's his edge, huh? He only chopped him down because he couldn't see the view no more. What's he under?"
And the answers to that question might be the most infuriating answers to a question I've ever gotten in my entire life. Answer number 1. Europeans don't need air conditioning because the climate isn't as hot as America. Now, setting aside the fact that that proves the initial point that America is hotter and we could survive a British heat wave, we'll just set that off to the side real quick. The Europeans say shit like, well, we wouldn't run them that often and we would only need them for like 1 month a year. Cool. Do you know how much shit I own that I don't need very often? I've had a spare tire in every car I've ever owned my entire life. I've never had to use it. I've still fucking got it just in case. If there was something that I only needed to use 30 days a year to make sure my balls weren't hot while I was trying to sleep, you best believe I'm gonna fucking own it. Oh, well, Europeans are tougher than you Americans. We'll just grit our teeth and bear it. Are you? Are you really? Because last I checked, 175,000 fucking people died from heat stroke because you're too fucking stupid to buy an air conditioner. Do you understand how insane that is? If there was any other event on the planet that killed 175,000 people, there would be memorials and statues commemorating what a tragedy this was. But because it's just you guys being like, well, the Americans invented a machine that can domesticate wind, but we don't want to admit they're right. So we would rather let all our young and elderly die of heat stroke than give them the W. What are you doing? Okay, which leads right into the next argument, the most infuriating one because I used to build shit for a living. Americans don't understand because our homes are actually built to retain heat, so an air conditioner wouldn't work as well for us. Motherfucker, that's just insulation. That's how insulation works, okay? Do you have a thermos? If you put hot tea or whatever stupid shit you guys drink in a thermos, you know how it stays hot? Now dump it out and put fucking ice water in it. The ice water stays cold, okay? Your house isn't specifically designed to be hot inside. It's designed to have a controlled temperature regardless of what's going on outside. So if you buy an air conditioner and you cool off the house, it stays fucking cool. Well, air conditioning's really expensive. No, it isn't. You can buy a window unit for $169 to cool off the room that you sleep in or your living room or whatever, okay? The average minimum wage of Europe is $8.33 American. That's 20 hours of the most unskilled labor that you have available in exchange for a magic box that domesticates the fucking wind so you don't have to sweat your balls off. Okay, that is a modern miracle, and you're saying that that's too expensive? I would pay an outrageous amount of money to see a British person go back in time and talk to one of their ancestors, some medieval peasant picking turnips outside of a castle, and explain to them that in the future, there's a magical box that can make the house cold when it's hot outside. And in exchange for that, all they had to do was work 20 hours, and they could cool off their house for years upon years to come, and then explain to them with deadpan stare, but I don't do it because it's expensive.
Are you pulling my leg?
Motherfucker, it's literally magic to these people. You have the opportunity to buy climate-changing magic for 20 hours of your time, and you're just like, nah, I'd rather let grandma and grandpa die from heat stroke. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm slowly coming around to the idea that this is actually a conspiracy by the European governments to slowly kill off old people so they don't break their universal healthcare system. There's no other logical explanation for why you would be anti-air conditioning.
They have the craziest thing here in America. So it's blazing hot outside. But look at this. I'm going to step into this establishment and it's chilling. It's hot outside, but when you step in, it's like a winter's day.
It's not even that hot in Europe. It's hotter in Arizona or Texas. If you're saying this, go turn your air conditioning off. Leave it off. Sleep in it for days. Let's see how you feel. Do you want to turn your air conditioning on? Well, a lot of Europeans can't for a multitude of reasons. We don't need to get into that, but the fact remains is that a lot of Europe, specifically France, I'm in Italy, not every house, I think 1 out of 5 houses has air conditioning. So when you're talking about, oh, it's not that hot, it's not that hot, without air conditioning, yes, it is. It is dangerously hot. And the same thing happened when people were bashing on people in Texas that were going through the snowpocalypse of 2021. Many parts of Texas that are not used to getting snow, the pipes are outside the house. So pipes were freezing. People were losing hot water, losing water, period. Pipes were bursting. In parts where they are prepared and they have the infrastructure to support such freezing temperatures, the pipes are underground or inside. So you guys, let's have some perspective that other places in the world are not equipped for extreme temperatures. If you want to make fun of Europeans for this heat wave, go turn off your air conditioning. Let's see how long you last. Okay?
I'm sure so many Americans on here have talked about how there's no air conditioning in Europe, and now I'm used to it. Just listened to a podcast from The Daily yesterday about how Americans are so conditioned with air conditioning. We love it. We grew up on it. Every time I go home, I'm like, a breath of cold air is blowing in my face, just cooling me off. And yeah, it's not good for the environment, I know, but we love it. Here in Europe, aircon's not a thing. I just have like a fan in my room blowing the warm air around. Anyway, in this podcast, they were like, maybe we can condition ourselves to not crave air conditioning. It's also funny because a lot of Europeans are like, I get so sick from the aircon. Really? I guess we've just been conditioned differently.
More Europeans die every year from heat-related illness than Americans do from gun violence.
Not only is it true, I looked it up. The excuse that the buildings are so old and they don't want to mess them up by putting in AC sounds ridiculous because lives are at risk. Just like when Europeans say lives are at risk, so it's ridiculous that America can't pass pew-pew control laws. I actually love old architecture, I wouldn't want to mess it up. But I didn't realize the number of European fatalities due to heat-related illness is so dramatically high.
I do not have patience for any Americans trying to say that a British heat wave cannot compare to an American heat wave. Wouldn't last a day. You wouldn't last a day. We are not structurally, emotionally, or physically ready for heat like this. I don't care if the temperatures are hotter in Texas. It is not the same. It is not the same. I come on this app every summer. I talk about how horrible the heat feels here. Inevitably, a lot of Americans who have never even been to London during a heat wave like to comment how they live in California. They live in the desert. They live in the butt crack of hell. So I, living in London, couldn't understand. I couldn't possibly understand how they're feeling. So the past few years, those videos, they've gone viral, gotten millions of views. And so I have taken that negative energy and I've taken all of that creator fund payment that has generated for me and I used it to go buy an air conditioning unit. That's why you haven't heard me complain about it recently, because I'm sleeping very peacefully through the night with my AC unit. And yeah, it has changed my life. It's my pride and joy, and it is, you know, the only thing helping me cling to existence these days. So thank you, AC. So like, you know, feel free to comment below how hot, I don't know, Minnesota is right now. I don't know. I could always use a second air conditioning unit for the living room. So just let me know.
In the UK, if the temperature goes above 25 degrees Celsius, which is about 75 Fahrenheit, I believe, there will be a weather warning put out.
On apps,
on the news, everywhere.
Telling you to stay inside, don't go outside, be careful,
take
drink
water with you.
Yeah, like it's like a serious matter here. Like they're really on it.
Over the top. We
Yeah.
want to know if you have the same in America. If the temperature gets too hot, do they send out severe weather warnings and scaremonger everybody like they do in the UK with everything? Or do you guys not have that? Are they less dramatic in America?
But obviously the thing is, we know how much more intense the heat is in the US, and we're just wondering if they actually bother to put out weather warnings, or is it just normal?
Because it's always hot.
Yeah, because it's always hot.
Where
for you
were
guys.
we? We were in Joshua Tree and it's like a desert and it's just...
Oh yeah, that was hot.
How do people live out there? They have to have the best AC ever.
No, we were in Palm Springs.
Oh yeah,
after
Palm Springs, that was
workout.
crazy. That was 40 degrees Celsius, which is like, what, 100 Fahrenheit or more than 100 Fahrenheit?
Yeah,
Over 100
yeah.
Fahrenheit.
And we almost like passed out, it was that hot.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
But we know it gets a lot hotter than that there. That's
So
the
what
thing.
sort of warnings do they put out? Do they
Yeah.
scare you? Do you guys stay inside, or are you bad boys and do you go get a tan?
Yeah, what do? Do you actually stay inside? Do you avoid it? Obviously you have AC, so you must stay inside.
So I'm a European, just moved to the US. Here's the first weird thing I noticed. You cannot open the windows. They are boarded because of storms. And you can only open them up in the summer when they undo the screws. I don't know about you, but me as a European, I open up the windows even during winter just to freshen up the room in the morning and during the night. So this is kind of crazy that I cannot open the window. And I asked my friend, how do I freshen the room? And she's like, oh, just turn on the AC. What?
Europe doesn't want air conditioning because they want their old people to die, so they don't have to pay their pensions. That's the only reason I could think of, because none of their other arguments hold any water, right? At this point, it's negligence. These heat waves aren't new for Europe, despite what they claim. One of the deadliest heat waves on record in Europe was in 2003, almost a quarter of a century ago. They've had plenty of time to prepare. They just don't want to. Another thing they love to say is that they don't need AC because this only happens a couple weeks out of the year. Tens of thousands of people dying a couple weeks out of the year is still important. But nevertheless, I just finished a week in Sapporo, Japan, right? It gets some of the heaviest snowfall out of any place on the planet. And the highest average temperatures during the summer doesn't get above the 70s. You know what they have in every single bar room, office, and hotel? Air conditioning. And lastly, they claim that they can't have AC because their buildings are old. One, that means your countries value buildings over people, right? But that doesn't even hold water. Japan's buildings are really old and every single one of them has air conditioning, right? Y'all just don't want to install AC so your old people can die. That's the only reason.
British people, we owe you an apology. We're currently going through like our 5th or 6th heat wave of the summer. Before I moved here, I would hear about warning, UK heat wave. It's gonna get up to 80 degrees. And I would laugh. I'd be like, oh my God, that's like our weather in Florida in the winter. These guys are such pussies. Now that I live here, oh my God, we owe you an apology. Most of the homes in the UK are meant to contain heat. If the sun is coming through and it's already hot outside, it's like 10 degrees hotter in your house, right? There's little to no AC in this whole country. The sun here feels way hotter, by the way. I don't know how that's possible, but it does. Here, you do your shopping and you're sweating. I can already hear the comments, well, I'm from Texas, and in Texas, it gets to like 120 degrees. I lived in Florida during the summer. It does not compare, okay? We go from our air-conditioned houses to our high air-conditioned cars to a high air-conditioned Walmart. If ever you've wondered what the actual pits of hell feels like, try waking up hungover in central London during a heat wave. The London Tube feels like an actual sauna. British people, I am sorry if I've ever laughed at you, if I've ever called you a pussy. We owe you an apology.
Sadikan, what temperature is your office? My office is 35 degrees. 35 degrees, okay? More water. 36.6, 36.8, sorry.
That is terrible. Are you feeling a bit better now, yeah?
I feel like
cooler.
The cycle, 9 miles to work, 9 miles home. I fit as Rambo.
You want a drink? Should I get you a drink?
I got a drink.
Alright, awesome.
Okay, so we've been in America for like, 2 weeks now, and we've noticed
I'm bloody sick of it, by the way.
We've noticed that you guys think it's actually hot out here.
It's not. It's not.
You literally have AC. You literally have AC. We don't do AC. You go into Birmingham, you go into London, you won't find AC in these houses, you know. We don't do that out there. And so we would be outside and then we go inside and it's still hot. But you guys can go inside and it's cool off. And we only know that because we've been in an Airbnb and it's actually freezing in here.
Literally.
So
like try growing up back in Birmingham. It's bloody hot.
It's so hot.
You lot
It's
don't know
so
what
hot.
hot is. You don't know what heat is. I'm taking care about 95 degrees. We don't have AC.
Right.
We don't.
Yeah, if you go outside for too long and you're too hot, you have to go inside, you have to run the bath. You have to run it cold. And even still, sometimes it wouldn't even be cold. So no matter what, we cannot escape the heat. You guys can escape the heat. If you do your research elsewhere, you'd find that there is other places that actually don't get to get out of the heat.
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege.
It is.
It's a literal privilege.
Honestly, maybe, do you guys even struggle?
Honestly.
Do you even know what struggling is?
Because it's just, you live in luxury here. So honestly, take that as you will. But yeah.
Look, we're not saying we don't like the AC, we're just saying we don't have it. And
yeah, we really enjoy having AC.
It is actually really nice, but yeah.
So
Please don't be coming at us in the comments. We've had so many comments in our last video coming at us, and we're like, we're grateful for these big portions. We're grateful for all the big food that you guys get big food, but
literally all I'm saying is you guys are kind of living luxury, so don't take it for granted.
Just don't, like, you guys are always saying like life is so hard, but it's really hard to live in the heat back in the UK. So.
It is. Not saying you guys, your lives aren't hard, not saying it.
Yeah,
Not
just
saying it.
Like, the AC is great, so.
Yeah, that's all.